Welcome to today's Deep Target Customer Success webinar. It's January 2021, and we have an exciting webinar planned today, introducing Deep Target's Analytics API. I'm Brenda Pierce, and I have David Kingsbury and Helen Tricklet on the line.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we're excited because we also have two special guests. We have Dr. Ignacio Guerrero, who is the Chief Technical Officer and EVP of Products at Deep Target, and he's going to have some exciting news to share with you. And then we also have Sagar on the line, and he will be doing a demo for you. All right, so let's see. Today's agenda is why we'll take a look at the trends, and David Kingsbury is going to give you this information, why data analytics is so important today. Then we'll look at the new Deep Target Analytics API, take a demo of that, and then of course we'll have our Q4 Engagement Award winner from last year, and we'll have our Java Joy Starbucks gift card. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to turn it over to David to talk about industry insights. David?
Great, thank you, Brenda. And thanks everybody for joining us today. We can't be in a more exciting time in our technologies within digital marketing to truly make a difference for our credit union or our bank. And so why are performance analytics so important today? I know a lot of you guys on the phone today understand how important analytics are, but I want to remind you just a few key points, and there's some things that we're doing here at Deep Target that are, which is why you're here today. We're really excited about talking about some new capabilities to broaden marketing's visibility throughout your FI. So, but the foundation of all this is understanding personally for you guys as marketing executives, how do you know if your campaigns are really working and could they be better? So that's something that I know many of you are constantly asking yourselves, which is great questions. And as many of you know, Deep Target has ways to actually test different messages. Here's a great example, and I think Brenda's out in our audience today as well, but in her article that she wrote or participated in, that was published in Bank Business recently, one of the things that really grabs everybody's attention is the fact that in March to May, compared to the previous 3 months, they had influenced conversions grow 200%. So big round of applause to Brenna and her team, because they had that great increase and they were able to show it throughout their organization. So measuring and capturing these metrics are key to your success as a marketing professional. And we just want to remind you, Deep Target has all of these metrics available to you and you want to use them, okay? So next slide. So it's not enough to post a campaign. We know this. It's not enough to post a campaign and hope for the user's engagement. We have to do everything we can as marketing professionals to make it as engaging, as relevant, and as personal as possible. Here's a perfect example. This is on the left is a real ad that is in my mobile app from my FI. And I don't want to say it's not very good, but it's just not very good. It's not as relevant, perhaps, and it's not very personal. What if it was the ad on the right side, telling me that I'm one click away from a great getaway? It knows that I'm an older, more mature, I'll call myself, individual, and that I love vacations, and so have a great rate of a personal loan just for me. Hi, David. And Deep Target allows you to do all of that, right? So we've got to do this, and at particular times, it's important to change your messages, right? And remember, Deep Target is real time. So you could literally change that image every week. You could change that call to action every week or what have you, and see if it makes a difference. And we can show you that. And it's not enough to post a campaign and hope for a user's purchase. You're right, marketing's job is upfront, getting all of that interest in your great products and accounts. but which ones are actually moving through to closure? And that's what's so important. So yes, inside of DeepTarget, we have some great ways to show you all of your analytics, but what if you had a dashboard where your leadership could see not only what's going on in online banking and mobile with impressions and engagement, but also showing you what is now being tracked inside of your CRM. Finally, the accounts open, those conversions that actually occurred, where your leadership had a real-time or near real-time dashboard of activities across your FI. That would be phenomenal. So go ahead, next slide. So in today's world, we have to, and this is a great article on 4 ways financial marketers can use data to exceed profit expectations. So I know in most credit unions, you're not interested in profit, but you're interested in serving your members. And so it's the same thing. It's exceeding your service expectations, exceeding profit expectations if you're a bank. But smart leadership understands that marketing can play a significant role in building an institution's profit and success if that role incorporates critical data insights into strategic execution and demonstrate results. This is the year we'd like to think that marketing is no longer a cost center, and you guys may have heard that from some of your other leadership, but you guys are actually need to be thought of as a profit center. And analytics can do that for you. And we're really excited that DeepTarget's leading the way there. And Dr. Ignacio is going to talk to you in just a minute about one of those super ways that we're bringing forward. So with that, Ignacio, let you take over.
Thank you, David. Today we will give you a preview of the forthcoming DeepTarget Analytics API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So these APIs are used for developers or integrators to connect then the DeepTarget Analytics data with other systems or database used by your organization. So it is about integration, about connecting, about customizing, the leveraging on the DeepTarget rich data. So let me start with some background. We could go next, please. Okay, the DeepTarget Analytics API is currently under development. We expect availability at the end of Q1 this year, so a couple months from now. And the API design is really driven by use cases, and it evolves that we optimize the use cases. And here we're talking about using the API in conjunction with BI dashboards like Tableau or Power BI. Using it to feed leads into a CRM system and say connectivity with marketing automation, for example, to follow up campaigns by email. That's another use case. So as we learn more of the different use cases, the API, we test the API and we improve as needed. We are at a point right now we will try sufficient cases that stabilize in terms of what we will offer. Okay, so first let me talk a little bit about what is the data that we have. In each one of the customers database, we have campaign data, of course, and this is what you use on a daily basis to see your what you have in terms of campaigns and the publishing status and the like that you see in the DeepTarget user interface. In addition to that, we collect click and impression data. Every impression and click over a period of 2 years is kept in the database. And this includes what is the campaign that has been shown, what is the user ID that has been shown to, and a timestamp that tells exactly the point in time where it was shown or clicked. As you can imagine, over 2 years with all the activity, it turns out these are millions of records. And so the Analytics API leverages on this data, and we plan to offer API services, which we group into three buckets. Campaign data services. This permits to find what are the campaigns in the system and all the attributes associated to them, things like audience type and start and ending date, that sort of information. So any attribute that you are used to seeing the interface will be available through the API. And then you would have campaign audiences that you can retrieve. So this at the campaign level. Then we have statistics data service, and the statistics data server, what they do is they aggregate the data. And what you do is you look at clicks and impressions over a period of time, say a month or a quarter, and or you look at it as a time series, which means using a time step, which could be daily, weekly, monthly. So two ways of looking at it, as totals over a period of time or in a time step. And then the data is aggregated per campaign or per campaign category. These are statistics. They are they don't have user information or user ID. It's just counts of the activity. In addition to that, we have what we call user data services, which provide clicks and impressions per user. And in this case, we return the user IDs that have retrieved the data. And this might be important if you want to follow up with, say, marketing automation or insert leads that would be associated per user. So this broadly are the three areas that we're looking at. And what the Deep Target Analytics API is based on industry standards and best practices. This is important because it is then easy to consume from a number of external systems that they have built-in connectivity to REST APIs, and also because it's an interface that would be familiar to web developers. We are providing to software developer well-documented specification that will come up with a product and that will integrate with the performance analytic in the selected applications. What I'm going to now turn it to Sagar for a demo of one instance of using a BIH dashboard, and Sagar will give you some of the details of what you will be looking at. Sagar?
Sure, thank you, Ignacio. So I'm sure you guys can see my screen right now. So as Ignacio illustrated, the Deep Target Analytics API is designed to provide you the capability to not just limit yourself to the analytics insights within the Deep Target DXP application, but allow you the ability to extend those insights outside the DXP product, and that's what we're going to take a look at through this demo. So in this demo, I'll walk through an example to show you what kind of insights you can expect out of the Deep Target API. These are just some examples, some use cases, and there's going to be more different kinds and variety of insights and services that'll be provided to help you derive all the information you can in terms of the performance analytics of your campaigns and so on. So in this case, we're going to take a look at the integration of Deep Target Analytics API with Power BI. It's a well-known Microsoft BI tool out in the industry, and it utilizes data from a variety of sources, including APIs, to help you present them or derive insights in terms of various dashboards and reports. So as you can see on the screen right now, you'll see throughout this demo that I have some really nice looking dashboards to show you. But the first one that you see here is a dashboard that gives you an overall picture of impressions and clicks in terms of the engagement that your members have produced on deep target campaigns. So that's what this data is derived on. As you can see on the left, you have all the impressions data with the total impression count this is for the entire year 2020 in this demo. And similarly on the right, you have the clicks count for the entire year of 2020. In this example. And as you can see down below, there's an aggregate information at the level of each product category. So you can see how many impressions were recorded for the year in each category, whether it's auto loans, consumer loans, credit cards, and so on. Similarly for clicks as well, you see that aggregated level of data at the category level as well. Below, you have some other representation of that same impressions and clicks data, but in a more historic manner. You can understand the trends that you're seeing in terms of impressions and clicks year over year across various different product lines. And overall, this dashboard gives you a very kind of global bird's eye perspective on your performance of the campaigns. Another dashboard that you can kind of further create as an example, which you can see in this case, is one that's focused on loan products specifically. So you can see auto loans, commercial loans, consumer loans, and such other kinds of loan products that you have at your credit union and banks. And you can understand how many engagements were your loan-based campaigns driving over the year in terms of the aggregate, in an aggregate sense, as well as in a historical time series based format. So again, the underlying data is all derived from the data API itself, and the APIs, as Ignacio mentioned, are very holistic in the sense they provide you different kinds of data, different levels of data, different granularities of data to derive in a very flexible manner. And as you can see in this case, this is a third dashboard that illustrates and focuses specifically on your deposit products. And you can similarly create your own dashboards and insights for understanding and learning about the deposit products and how many impressions and how many clicks your deep target campaigns are deriving for those product lines. In addition to that, this is another level of data that you can derive in terms of the campaigns that you have running through Deep Target. So on the left, you have a donut chart that represents how many campaigns you had in each product category, just to help you understand where your emphasis lied in a specific time period, in this case, the entire year of 2020, and what were you trying to promote amongst your members. You also have an impressions and clicks graph here on the right side, which I find is very interesting because if you notice, each bar on the impressions and clicks graph denotes one specific category, but inside each of those categories, you can see how much each of the campaigns within those product lines contributed to in terms of impressions and clicks. So that's a very interesting insight that you can derive from, again, the data API and the information that you retrieve from the data API at a campaign level. Last but not the least, another example of how you can utilize your analytics API to get all this information at your fingertips automatically is, so this is a user journey based dashboard, which illustrates the number of people or users who clicked on who saw a particular campaign of a specific product category, how many clicked on those campaigns through Deep Target. And on top of that, you could also have your own CRM systems integrated into your dashboard, providing data in real time to help you understand what were the actions that were performed on those click leads that were generated through the deep target campaigns. And out of those, based on those interactions, based on those touch points that are provided to your CRM systems, you can analyze the product conversions and account openings that were impacted. So again, completing a whole 360-degree kind of customer journey to understand the impact your campaigns are having overall. So these are some examples of instances and how you can think about utilizing the Deep Target Analytics API in a broader sense. And these are just some few examples, but as Ignacio mentioned, we have three different kinds of services, API services that Deep Target is working on and will be providing you, so you'll be able to do a lot more with the Analytics API.
So Sagar, great displays here, some great visualizations. And as many of you have seen, what you've seen are also a bit of a duplicate of what you can find inside of Deep Target's DXP, for instance, the campaign category report and so forth. But Sagar, let me take you back to that last display, that last visualization. The real power here is we're opening up access from the marketing department in a very visual format for the rest of your leadership. So wouldn't it be powerful if your lending officer could pop in to this BI dashboard and see at either a daily, weekly, or monthly level the type of activity that is in the CRM? He or she could see what an expected number of leads are going to be coming out of a particular product campaign into the CRM and follow up with, and then over into product conversion. And they, as well as perhaps the COO, CFO, could see this amazing journey of the users, customers or members, through the process, all being driven by marketing. So think about that. We've already got one of our a great customer of ours that's going to implement this capability as soon as we release, and we're real excited about that. So we'd love it if you think about it, because it opens up to where the marketing department becomes more of a profit center and is thought of in that and respected in that capacity. So thank you, Sagar. Let me ask one other question. How long did it take you to, what kind of effort was it for you to put these set of charts together?
So it took me around 3 to 4 hours for all the dashboards put together, but the real power that comes with all these dashboards is the automation piece of it, because once you put everything together, you don't have to work on it again unless you're changing something. So I think that's the real convenience as far as the API is concerned.
You may not have heard, this is real time or near real time. So depending on how the system is set up, it can allow visualization, a very real time perspective or a day perspective.
Absolutely.
Of what's going on. Because you're connected directly to the CRM, you're directly to the core, perhaps, as well as to your online banking and your mobile channels, or even your web channels, right? So, hey, so if anybody wants to talk about this capability more, Brenda's going to perhaps call for meetings, but reach out to us. We'd love to sit down and chat with you, see what you're thinking and how we might help you with this new capability. Okay, thank you, Sagar.
Hey, Sagar, I have a question. Can you go back to the all campaign stats?
Sure.
So Power BI offers a lot of nice visualization capability, and also one nice thing is that you can immediately change them and look at various way of organizing the data. Can you show us a little bit of how could you do that?
Absolutely. So Power BI does offer a lot of flexibility in terms of visualization. So if I want to change any specific visual, I can do that on the fly. So for example, in this into a bar graph from a donut chart, or maybe into a pie chart. And so all of those visual aspects can be tweaked. But with the analytics API, that's the real power, that it's not dependent on a specific application. The same can be achieved in another BI based application like Tableau, and in fact in other non-BI systems as well. Maybe some CRM systems that you
Sure.
have in place can do their own features and tweaks to using the data from analytics API.
Yeah, Power BI is quite neat. I see there is an icon there that it looks like a full screen icon there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it
that-
does allow you to
Oh,
dig deep into the visual as well.
that's great. Yeah. Thank you,
Great question.
sir.
Perfect. So with that, I'm gonna actually give it over to you, Ignacio.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Sagar. That was a great demo. So let me tell you a little bit about the benefits of the API. And this kind of recapping what we have said. Connectivity to multiple enterprise systems that can leverage on the data that is collected by DeepTarget. This is a really important benefit as you look at the systems used within your organization. You can really think about ways to connect them in a way that is seamless. And really important other benefit is you can automate workflows, because you can actually write some programs or scripts that would then make this data flow through your systems. And the API as a general programming interface can accommodate multiple use cases in multiple systems, like customer services portal, Viage dashboard. This is what you saw in the demo, but let me say again, this is just an example. There are many other ways to leverage on the API. Machine learning interfaces, you might want to get the data back into some machine learning engine that you may have and use it. CRM, you can connect and retrieve leads coming out from the activity from the marketing activity. So overall, it brings tremendous value to integrate and communicate through your organization the power of the data resulting from the marketing offer by messaging offer by DeepTarget. Okay,
Great.
thank you. I think now goes back to you, Brenda.
Yeah, thanks, Ignacio and Sagar. That was great. And let me just say, if you would like to set up a review meeting and review all of your DeepTarget analytic capabilities, go ahead and reach out to your customer success representative and set that meeting up. We'll be happy to show you all the different ways and the benefits of this API. Great demo, thank you. So real quick, we're just going to kind of go into some winners. We had Linnell, who won. This was back in November. She was the Campaign of the Month award. Thank you for sending your picture with your award, Linnell. Great job that you're doing there at Northern Star Credit Union. And then we want to hold on a minute. Okay, we want to announce the winner of the Q4 Engagement Award, and this person did 2 out of the 3, and she got picked out of the drawing, or he or she. Let's see who won. And congratulations goes to Luke and Allison from First State Community Bank. You are our lucky winner. Yeah, that's great. You'll get a $50 gift certificate through email. So if you don't receive anything by the end of this week, reach back out to us, please, because it's probably stuck in a spam folder, or we might have to contact IT. All right, so congratulations on that lucky winner. Now we are at the Java Joy, and Helen is going to look and see who is still on the line and announce our winner of Java Joy, who will win a $20 Starbucks gift card. Helen? Do you have our
Oh.
winner?
Yes, actually, I'm looking online and I see that Constance Spears from Community Bank is our winner this month for the Java Joy Award. So that's Constance Spears. Congratulations.
Woo!
Congratulations, Constance. Okay. And then just one last thing, we will have our next webinar February 18th. You can go on to the Deep Target, www.deeptarget.com/webinars and sign up for that. And then one last thing that we're doing now is we have a survey at the end of each one of these webinars. If you could just take, there's only 2 questions. It'll take you 2 minutes to answer the survey. We would really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a great and productive week.
Thank you.